Thanks for joining us on National Focus. I'm Tasia Floissac. Coming up, Dominica's finance minister visits the $3 million Lale Road project. Dominican farmer returns home to modernize agriculture, and Bagatelle residents to benefit from indoor washroom facilities. Stay with us for these and other stories after this.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
Thanks for staying with us. When Prime Minister and Minister for Finance Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit decided to spend Thursday in the GRANDBAY constituency, he spent some time walking the Lale Road, where $3 million is being spent on an overhaul of that road. The entire length of the Lale Road is set to be rehabilitated. However, before that is done, Dominica's water and sewage company DOASCO had replaced the water main successfully and are now performing pipe checks on that street. The Prime Minister gave an idea of the scope of work necessary.
We started work on the Lale Road in GRANDBAY. The first phase of that road was to replace all the old pipes, DOASCO water pipes. So that has been completed by DOASCO. There are a few leaks, and DOASCO is now seeking to correct those leaks. The second phase will be the reconstruction of the entire drainage and sidewalks on both sides of the road, from Chet Lale all the way down. And of course, we'll be reinstating the roads with an asphalt concrete. The total cost of that project is in excess of $3 million. That's just on one road in the village. So you can appreciate how extensive and expensive the work has been done.
Work, which started in December, is expected to wrap within the month of February. Parliamentary Representative for GRANDBAY Honorable Justina Charles gives a progress report.
They are now dealing with the few leaks that may pop up from time to time because the road was being used even while the work was being done. So they're just making sure that when they leave that there are no leaks. So they're trying to complete that. They're almost nearing completion this week. Might very well be their last week on the road project.
Honorable Charles expects that at least 44 persons will find employment on that project to make the road usable for the upcoming carnival activities.
We have already walked the area with the contractor, with the Minister of Public Works, the Chief Technical Officer, and one of the engineers. We've walked it with the contractors, and so some of them have already submitted their estimates for the work, and we're expecting the two others to submit it today as soon as that is done, because I know the Minister of Finance gave us a Tuesday deadline, which has passed. So as soon as we've received that, the Prime Minister will now allocate the money. The money is there, but it's just a matter of looking at the estimates that they provide, look at the in-house estimate and come to a final figure so that we can start the project. And I'm hoping really we can start as soon as possible. So by the time they complete the drainage, we now look at the fourth phase, which will be to surface the road.
In addition to the Lale Road, Prime Minister Skerrit drew attention to the housing and sanitation needs of the constituency, which remains a significant matter. In more news, a one-week workshop on marketing techniques for small hotels came to a successful close on Thursday. The workshop, designed for owner and staff of small hotels, was conducted by the Aid Bank in collaboration with the Caribbean Technology Consultancy Services of the Caribbean Development Bank. The main objective of the workshop was to equip small hoteliers with marketing skills that will enable them to improve productivity by enhancing the quality of the service they provide and increase their visibility in the market. Lead facilitator at the workshop, Nekima Roye John Baptist, said participants have the opportunity to prepare marketing plans for their respective properties using the information provided during the workshop.
All the participants actively participated throughout in accomplishing the tasks at hand, at engaging and sharing and participating, and they thought deeply and they thought differently, and they were able to share. And the amount of beautiful, creative, innovative ideas that shone through gives me warmth. And it makes me believe that our industry is one step closer to accomplishing the overarching goal of the Ministry of Tourism, in addition to DDA, of achieving an increased visitation. Because through the workshop we've done here, I feel confident in saying that the properties who attended and actively participated will be able to improve the quality of their product, be able to improve their product offering, and be able to support the marketing initiatives that the destination wishes to undertake in marketing the destination as a haven for nature, culture, and adventure.
SHEENA BASIL of Sunrise Farm Cottages, in reviewing the workshop, described her experience as a rewarding one.
As someone who wants to further my education in marketing, I can truly say that this workshop has motivated me and taught me the importance of marketing within an organization, something I can eager to implement at the newly Sunrise Farm Cottages, which I represent.
Shakil Seeley of Venus Guest House also had encouraging reviews about the 5-day workshop. Through his small hotel, he is committed to the task of exposing Dominica as the most ideal tourist destination.
We thank you for this special experience and knowledge that we have acquired from you guys. And now in return, we hope to implement the different techniques and strategies to our hotels and to become one of the Caribbean and also internationally the #1 destination for tourists, which is Dominica.
General Manager of the Aid Bank, Julius CORBETT, commended the participants for their interest in the workshop. He encouraged them to apply the newly acquired knowledge in their respective businesses.
This workshop does not end here. It does not end here, but provides an ideal opportunity for all of you to apply the marketing techniques that you have learned. And I heard the word price, promotion, place, all these nice things you heard. So this is the time to put it. And you can apply all these concepts into your business. You must take advantage of every opportunity to put theory to practice. I will repeat that. You must take every opportunity that is made available to you to market your product. It is that critical. It is that important.
The Aid Bank has pledged to provide continued financial and technical support to the small hotels in realizing their long-term marketing goals. Follow-up visits to the participating properties will be made by facilitators of the workshop to monitor the implementation of their respective marketing plans. Dominica farmer Jeffrey Bruni has returned home after studies and plans to modernize agriculture with a hurricane-resistant farming model, which he believes will revolutionize the sector. In an exclusive with GIS News on Friday, Bruni, who is certified in aquaculture from Cornell University, told the nation that this farm model is really a simple and very logical idea.
What really makes the system hurricane resistant is two things. Number one part of the system is mobile, it's portable. So when the storm is coming, you put it away. So you have your home, your hurricane is coming, you have things outside, you put it inside, right? So it's as simple as that. You put it away. That's one part of the system. The other part of the system that is more suitable for a larger, more commercial facility is a system where I grow in concrete rafts. And I say rafts, but let's say a swimming pool, a very narrow, a long swimming pool, but concrete rafts in water. It's filled with water, with the nutrient solution in there. When the storm is coming, you lower everything and you cover it. The plants are in there. You just lower the water level. The plants are submerged into the system and you cover it.
Bruni gave an idea of how his hurricane-resistant farm model works.
The farm is based on hydroponics and or aquaponics methods. Simply put, it's growing without soil, and it's all, I don't want to say organic, but natural forms. Natural meaning that I'm not using any pesticides or fertilizers. The nutrient solution that I'm using for the system, I make my own nutrient solution. And I'm not giving away any secrets here, but I am making it out of some basic ingredients that can be made. Molasses, oxygen, and worm poop. The system has several components. There's going to be a worm farm, because I need to be able to extract my worm poop from that, you know, to make my nutrient solution. But also, besides the nutrient solution I'm making from worm poop, I am also going to use fish urine and poop, and it's known as aquaponics. Most people not familiar with aquaponics, but aquaponics is pretty much a mini ecosystem where you have plants and fish growing together in a closed recirculating system. So the fish pee and poop in the water, and the water is filtered out by the roots of the plants, and the water is sent back to the fish as clean water.
Both methods, Bruni says, are old and time-proven for millennia. The only difference, he says, is that he has modernized the concept. According to him, this idea came from lifelong love for farming and his search for solutions to the problems that plague Caribbean farmers.
I wanted to do what I always loved doing. I've been farming all my life. And I decided if I return to Dominica, I'm going back to vegetable production, which is what my passion is, vegetable production. But I did not want to go back to do vegetable production like every other farmer in Dominica. I wanted to be able to answer the challenges that farmers face. So I think of shortages, and I had to come up with a solution to that. I think of everything that vegetable farmers face in Dominica. I had to find a solution for it. But when I got to hurricanes, I realized this is a much bigger one than just a supply and demand thing, you know. So I went to the drawing board and started working on a plan.
Since the conception, Bruni continued, he has refined the plan several times until it became affordable for the average farmer. To the question of whether he sees interest in the idea, Bruni says he has no doubt that business-minded farmers will get on board. Meanwhile, Bruni is actively working toward a partnership with government and the Ministry of Agriculture.
I see this as not just a project, not just my farm, but this can be a very lucrative agri-tourism product for Dominica. I mean, I think it's a huge deal that you could have the first hurricane-resistant farm, the first ever on the island. You're going to have NGOs and governments and all kinds of people visiting Dominica to see that. So I'm hoping that I can partner with the government on that. I do not want it to be just something that I do. I do not want it to be just my farm, my thing. I would prefer it to be a Dominica thing.
Bruni told GIS that his hurricane-resistant farm model has been validated by a professor of the US-based Cornell University. He has also posted a short demonstration of his Kubuli farm online and has received several expressions of interest. However, Bruni insists that this belongs to Dominica. Bruni hopes that others will further develop his concept. He sees this as a way of making agriculture more interesting to the youth.
Agriculture doesn't have to be the thing that our fathers and grandfathers did. Agriculture can be a cool thing. If we do modern agriculture, I mean, hydroponics and aquaponics, I mean, so many components of it can be automated. First of all, there's no soil, so You know, some people think they just working in the soil. Some people do not like working in the soil. But hydroponics and aquaponics and modern agriculture can be a very lucrative thing and a very cool thing. I mean, I have a small system in Queens and I do most of the maintenance from an app on my cell phone. Checking my temperature levels, my nitrate levels, you know, oxygen levels from an app on my phone. So I'm farming, sitting on a block talking to my friends and farming from an app on my phone. So this is something that the young people can get into.
In more news, 6 homes in the Bagatelle community will soon receive indoor washroom facilities under government's home renovation and sanitation program. Last week, the government of Dominica presented a check of $100,000 to the Bagatelle Village Council, which will go towards that project. Parliamentary representative for the Petite SAVANNE constituency says this is in keeping with government's drive to eliminate the use of pit latrine on the island.
And while some of us take these things for granted, that we probably grew up with an indoor washroom facility, for others it's going to make a huge difference in terms of their self-esteem and their dignity as a human being. I mean, we can probably try to picture an elderly person probably in the middle of the night who probably would have to probably get up and walk across a yard to probably access her pit latrine. So as I said, it's no laughing matter. I think that's serious business. So serious that even the United Nations itself has declared a World Toilet Day, because they've appreciated and they know that quite a bit of the world's population live in conditions where they do not have access to proper sewage, both liquid and solid waste disposal. So as I said, I'm for one, I'm very supportive of this program, and we, as a member of Parliament for the Petite SAVANNE constituency, we plan on actually tackling this, starting in the village of Bagatelle. So of course the hope and the plan is that we continue to spread this program for the other communities of the constituency.
That's it for the English segment of the news. Let's now join McPherson St. Luce for the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, meeting pour sensibiliser le public là qui concerne l'Union économique OECS, qui continue. Parole celle-là sortie de l'ambassadeur Dominique pour OECS et puis CARICOM, His Excellency Félix Grégoire.
Nous avons aller tout partout pour parler de la Economic Union. Nous avons fait sur la télévision, nous avons fait sur la radio, nous allons à l'école à présent, tous les semaines, tous les mercredis, nous allons à l'école, parler aux enfants de l'école. Alors, nous finissons ça, nous allons faire town hall meeting pour parler de la Economic Union. Parce qu'on est pour parler de ça tout le temps, pour ces gens connaître ça qui a fait. Et si vous même, si vous n'y pour faire une contribution, ça fait parce que tout le monde a un cerveau, tout le monde a un bitin cerveau. Et peut-être ou quand un monde quand un bagage ou même pas ouais. So là où parler ba yo, et yo cacher les codes, yo ça dit ça compte ça. De nous commencer à mettre ça dans plan nous, plan ou faire quoi mettre ça. So c'est pas bagage qui que nous qui est statique, c'est pas bagaille ou qu'a faire là. Il n'est pour changer tout le temps, mais c'est monde qui n'est pour dire ça yo te qui veut ouais pour nous mettre dans le plan.
En autre nouvelle, en délégation gouvernement et puis chef premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt visité la communauté Grandbay jeudi semaine là. Premier ministre Skerritt qui était ni en compagnie li membre parlement Honorable Justina Charles fait surprise au lot monde à l'âge pendant la délégation la visité Kazayo. Honorable Skerritt wansi pour moun à l'âge communauté Grandbay et puis tout d'autres moun wa Dominique. Premier ministre Skerritt et délégation là marché Chimélale où la $3 millions qu'a dépensé pour placer vieux pipe avancer côté Chimela ça ou sidewalk dal et puis oui bâti Chimela. Honorable Skerritt aussi visité Credit Union Grandbay pour faire business financier. Premier ministre a tenu discussion et puis jeunesse constituency là et puis dit que ça fait employment et puis éducation quand a haut priority hot gouvernement pour constituency là. Membre parlement en même temps Honorable Justina Charles fait parole comment visite ça là était un succès. Et aussi fait parole comment Gambie bien plaisir pour ces projets-là qui a bâti à présent. Et puis aussi bien plaisir que le gouvernement est content pour visiter constituency là. D'autres nouvelles, réhabilitation SHEENA qui prend place en Savane à présent. Parole celle-là qui a sorti dans Parlement, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow.
J'ai expressé contre SHEENA Savane, mais moi, j'ai fini en la première bit pour moi. Parce que nous avons qui remedial work, ça a déjà fait hors débit pour les bagatelles. Et actuellement, nous avons plus de travail qui a commencé en 47 et 27 et mon peu bouche qui descend pour l'arrivée blanc. Nous avons gardé presque $2 millions que nous avons dépensé là pour resurface completely SHEENA 47.
Et puis finalement, Discover Dominic Authority a fait parole plus touristes qui visitaient le pays en l'année qui passée. Si l'on chairman Bino Badwell, il y a un assessment à une manière avancée industrielle.
Nous voulons regarder ce qui fait en l'année 2013. Nous c'est les mois comme que en octobre, nous savons peut-être à bas par 1%. Mais nous avons assimilé Pep Dominique, nous avons regardé encore pour les 3 mois parce que 1%, c'est peut-être 500 personnes, nous avons target nous. Mais nous avons dit que nous faisons tout le travail là pour venir en décembre. Nous avons confiance. Nous avons gardé comme que plus près parce que pour les mois nous avons fait pour une année. So, plus nous regardons en quel pays nous avons trouvé plus de monde. Avec là nous avons dépensé l'argent parce que ça nous voulait faire, c'est nous parler continuer dépenser l'argent. Là nous pas trouver qualité results parce que c'est place ça. So nous garder ça nous avons fait puis dépenser plus l'argent. Là nous avons trouvé plus de monde qui vient hors Dominique. Nous savons quel problème nous tenons, so nous avons travaillé ces habitants, so nous avons mettre ces problèmes ça à côté et puis taper ça qui est positive results.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle créole pour à présent. Non moins, c'est McPherson, St. Luce. Ni un bon week-end. Au revoir.
Jarna Hector brings us a recap of the week's headline stories right now.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt dedicated his entire Thursday to GRANDBAY constituents to talk with them and assess their needs. The nation's leader had also planned a meeting with constituents for later that day. The Ministry of Health has confirmed that there are 3 more cases of chikungunya virus on the island from the districts of Marigot, Casabruce, and Roseau. The public is advised to take precautionary measures to prevent the breeding of the Aedes aegypti mosquito, the main carrier of the disease. Also this week, management of Clare Harbour revealed that it has taken a decision to hire 400 employees between now and July 2014. The Prime Minister says he regards Clare Harbour as a major contributor to Dominica's economy and says this is exciting news for Dominica. Dominica's ambassador to the OECS, His Excellency Felix Gregoire, announced that Dominica has finalized all legal and administrative arrangements to give effect to the OECS Economic Union. A number of bills were passed in the House of Assembly, including a bill for an act to give effect to the revised Treaty of Basse-Terre last October. Also this week, the foundations of 10 petrol casters in the Casabruce constituency were complete and additional work was ongoing. Another project is in the excavation phase. 10 more low-cost houses funded by the People's Republic of China will be built to improve lives for Saint-Sauveur constituents. A recent decision by the government of Dominica to enact an all-inclusive civil assets recovery law was applauded by new British High Commissioner to Dominica, Her Excellency Victoria Glynis Dean. That law gives the state the authority to confiscate property of persons arrested if it is derived from the profits of criminal offense or was used to facilitate the commission of a crime. Those were the headline stories which made the news this week. Back to you, Tasia.
Thank you, Jarna. Our tip of the day is next. Stay tuned.
Together we build, together we strive. We see it all on your Government Information Service, Channel 7. This is the Government Information Service, bringing you all that you need to know about all that's happening in your country's development. GIS, you and your channel.
Speak sweet words in case you may have to eat them later. Sometimes people don't take caution with the things they say to others. At some point, you may be caught in the same predicament as another person. So therefore, never wish bad or speak bad about others, because you never know when karma will come back to haunt you. And never say something inaccurate or you don't have the facts about, because in the end, you may just be the one apologizing or have to kiss the hand of the one you dealt the wrong cards. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscast on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From the entire production team, I'm Tasia Floissac. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.